No, 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 Batman, 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 Batman. Steve-O here for Movies and TVs on the Ball. And this is more of a poll question than anything. I've seen, I grew up kind of watching bits and pieces of the Batman from the 1960s show. And I've kind of seen a couple of them, and they were sort of the foreground of the Batman kind of characters and kind of where they stand. And it was hokey and it was in its own sort of world. And then there was the show Gotham that came out in, I think, 2014, 2015. It lasted for about 5 seasons, and it dealt with kind of and Commissioner Gordon and kind of Commissioner Gordon going through kind of the young Commissioner Gordon going through the ranks of going from detective to Commissioner Gordon, and then kind of it's sidelined and kind of a side story with the young Bruce Wayne growing up to be Bruce Wayne. This show was Gotham was originally supposed to be a kind of a show on WB that dealt with young Batman going to kind of becoming Batman, which in a way, but I think that changed to what is now known as Batman Begins. But I was kind of curious by, more of this video's more of a poll discussion on what's your thoughts on the Batman, the TV series with Adam West. I feel like that show kind of was of its time, but I think looking back on it now is was fun. And then I think Gotham, which it had a I think because the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight trilogy as its whole brought the characters into more of a dark and in-depth characteristics with the characters. You had Edward Nigma as opposed to kind of being wacky, and the Batman television series was, I think, a forensic scientist at the Gotham PD. You had Penguin kind of going through the ranks of trying to be kind of a mobster, which is what we kind of saw with kind of him being, but it was more. Burgess Meredith kind of did it more differently. There's a lot of comparison. I think Catwoman was more the same age as Bruce Wayne, so there was kind of a real friendship relationship that we saw in the Gotham series. They brought Mr. Freeze, Firefly in the show. They had Jada Pinkett Smith play sort of Fish Mooney, which was sort of a gangster. And I do kind of think that Gotham is kind of responsible for the tone of Matt Reeves's Batman in a way. But did you like Ben McKenzie's version of uh, did you like Ben McKenzie's version of Commissioner Gordon? What was your thoughts on the I think they brought in a guy named Jerome as the Joker, which was a little bit different than Cesar Ramirez as the Joker. But I would like to know what your thoughts on Gotham and Batman. Did you hate them both? Did you like them both? Which one did you like the most better than which one did you feel like was the better one out of the series, out of each series? And what's your fond memories of this show? Let me know in the comments below of both shows. Let me know what your comments below comments. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on both shows. Do you feel like it's a generational thing? I do think it's a real generational thing, because I think in between Batman and Gotham, you had Batman the animated series that kind of blew the roof off of the Batman series and continuity, but I'm more focusing on the live action ones. they just announced who's going to be the DCU Batman. I think if you haven't heard, let me know what your thoughts are on that. And as always, like and subscribe. And na Batman and Gotham. Na Batman, good Gotham. Na Batman, Batman, Batman. One more thing about Gotham. What's the difference between like Mr. Freeze and they brought in the Mad Hatter, which I think was more in depth than Batman the animated series. But as I said, what's your thoughts on both shows? Let me know in the comments below and see you at the movies. Bye.